RFK is confirmed. Trump has some new pictures in the White House. We're going to be looking at that. And it's Valentine's Day, folks. Happy Valentine's Day. WorldNetDaily starts live right now. Okay, everybody, welcome. It's the Friday show. Let's get Josh in here because we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. I can't believe we made it to this point where RFK got right. Is that what we're jumping into? I can't believe there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, RFK. It's Valentine's Day, everybody. We're going to cover it all. And man, the swamp is panicked, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Retribution is here, and we'll talk about that. Retributive justice, not retribution that people say revenge. So we'll cover all of that. Of course, if you're watching, we love that you're joining us. So thank you ahead of time.
Ahead of time, right now, live. Let's do it live.
Thank you now.
Thank you right now. Hey, we love the comments in there, and we love that you guys are watching us. What I was always thinking about is, like, if you're on the go and you're watching us like on your phone somewhere, like, you better have the best wireless provider possible. Like, you want to make sure you have full coverage. You want to go from tower to tower to tower and never drop the show. And that's why you need patriotmobile.com/WND Patriot. Folks, there's the QR code. You want to scan it. You love it, right? You want to scan that QR code.
Yeah. Should be a better percentage when you set it up that way, with that kind of segue.
Right. You're exactly right. So come on, Patriot Mobile. We know you're watching too. And if you're watching on your mobile phone and you're like, it's cutting out, it's because you need great guaranteed coverage on Patriot Mobile. So head over there. WND Patriot is the promo code. Scan the QR code. The link is in the description. You've heard, if you're a Patriot yourself, you've heard these Patriot Mobile ads all over the place, and they're out there for a great reason, and that's where we all need to be. So find yourself a new wireless provider with patriotmobile.com/WND Patriot. All right, Josh, let's get into this. There's this we got to watch this video. This awesome video.
Oh, wait, Matt, I think we're a little out of schedule here because we have to first mention that it's Valentine's Day.
You're right. And I love you and you love me. Roses are red, violets are blue. Come here illegally and we'll deport you.
So did this actually come from the White House? This came from the White House.
No, come on.
Yes, this is from the White House.
That is a verified link.
Okay, I see. Yes, that is from the White House.
Holy cow. I love it.
Tom Homan and Trump. That's really kind of awesome, by the way.
Yeah. Oh.
I'd take a bullet for you. Also another nice one.
Very touching. Very touching.
Yeah, okay, what else we got, Alex? Oh, was it just the two?
No, there's one more. There's one more.
There you go. Roses are red, violets are blue.
I don't trust the government.
I don't trust the government, neither do you.
That's true. Oh, boy.
These are the best so far. If you have better ones, suggest them in the comments.
Exactly. Throw a link in the comments if you can do that. I'd love seeing that. That's so great.
And, man, there's another major reason to be really have your heart go out to the people.
I'm so overly excited about it. Like I can't wait to see the footage.
Let's do it. Let's show everybody what we're so excited about. In case you play it one more time, I don't know if it loaded in the front. This is a meme of RFK coming out of the locker room. It's from the Jordan documentary or something. But yeah, what's the news? RFK is officially, what's the title?
He's the head of HHS.
Is it
Health and Human Services?
So that is the title? Is it director? What is it?
Secretary.
So secretary level, that's huge. Of HHS. Guys, why does that matter?
He takes the place of Levine, Robert Levine. Right. Rachel Levine, whatever that guy was.
Yeah. Alex, can you find a picture of Levine real quick? I can't believe. So I remember that strange person was in a role in the White House, but I didn't know what it was because they were always in like a female military uniform.
Yeah, he wore.
But it was like it's the ugliest human alive, like
yeah,
ugliest.
He was a guy
dude
who transitioned to a woman.
Yeah,
and wore the female military outfit.
Head of health.
always had his voice up high.
Yes,
so that he could talk like
he
was a girl. Yeah, here's
this is a good contrast. Right? Good contrast. Okay, so Rachel Levine. Oh my gosh. And then there's old RFK over there pumping iron. Amazing. So yeah. I mean, this is a major revolution. So now he will take on big pharma, big ag. And now I think we have this to announce. He in just a day later, he will now start investigation to find out the cause of autism.
That's right. This was posted up on X. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to investigate the cause of autism.
Man, that's so huge.
It really is. And wouldn't you want to investigate that? I mean,
it was not investigated before officially, which is kind of astounding.
No, exactly. And the rate of people. And here's the thing, Josh, too. I think it's like either autism has always been as prevalent and we just didn't know what to call it, right?
Yeah.
And we just got better at identifying it, or it really like came out of nowhere and we need to figure out where it came from because all of a sudden so many people so many kids are affected with autism. And I got to tell you, when I went to school, when I was in grade school, I did not encounter the kids that I see today, for the most part,
Well, I mean, Matt, I think that it is scientifically evident that there is an increase in autism, not just diagnosis, but an actual increase. Tucker Carlson covered this really well in that long and effective interview he did with Callie Means. And RFK himself has said that, like, it was rare. It was like 1 in 10,000. And I think it's 1 in 20 now. It's something, if you know better, put it in the comments. But yeah, an unprecedented increase. And, for years, I have family members with autism. I've accused my brother of having autism forever. I don't know if that's diagnosed, but, this was not a thing when we were younger. It's everywhere now and in varying degrees, sometimes really severe, which is terribly sad. And the one thing RFK pointed to specifically, and this is what he's going to dig into, is that the one thing that's different is the jab schedule that children receive. So even my wife and I were talking about this, Matt, like when our children were young, our first child, I think we didn't know better. We just said yes to everything the doctor told us. I think there was like 10 scheduled jabs, and now there can be up to 60 for kids. So that's in a 16-year time difference, right? Between 16 years ago for our oldest.
Yeah.
And I used to, just to be fair, I used to think of some of our friends that were like, we don't have our children jabbed. And I'm using that term, guys, because we are on YouTube as well. And it's still illegal to say the truth. Our friends, I used to think they were kooky. And now I'm like, man, they were onto something. And it's exciting.
Something enough for us to investigate. And I think that's what's important here. RFK has been accused of being anti-jabs and all that stuff, and he's not anti any of that. He's like, if it works and it's tested and we have the data that shows that it's not harming anybody, then let's use it. Like, by all means, like, it's common sense is to have the proper testing.
Absolutely.
But even still, even with all this support out there, we have the story up over at WND.com. Here it is, to make sure that you guys are headed over to WorldNetDaily. Despite this, who voted against him? Who voted against RFK?
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. Once again,
of course.
McConnell siding with the Democrats. And
I
he's
a liberal. He's not one of us, to
is
be
that
honest.
is that what it is? Because at this point, did he really? I mean, maybe he thought he was the swing vote, or it was him and somebody else, and then somebody else. Like, I don't understand who this man is, or who these people are that cling to power at this stage.
Well,
like the Skeksis and the Dark Crystal.
that's a good reference. Matt, I mean, think about it, dude. Like McConnell's a survivor in the swamp. You only survive if you play ball, like, and there are outliers, like Thomas Massey, who.
But why not play ball now? Why not play ball with Trump, the one who's in power?
Like he made the wrong decision.
He chose poorly.
He chose poorly, my son.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
But I mean, it's time for him to go. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be gone. And we'll not remember him, and that's what he'll deserve. Do you remember like Dianne Feinstein?
Who's that?
Exactly right. She was just this horrible. Was she a senator from California?
Senator from California.
Yeah,
for many
horrible.
Years. Yeah,
just
she
a
died
terrible person.
Yeah, they were.
She died.
Her in. Yeah.
And only me bringing her up disparagingly is in her memory, right? So that'll be the legacy of Mitch McConnell as well, I believe.
Yeah, which is I mean, fortunate for us, unfortunate for them. I remember when and I'm going off on a tangent here real quick, but Cary Grant, you remember the great Cary Grant?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves Cary Grant, and you know why everybody still loves Cary Grant, even though he's long past dead, is because he saw himself on a film when he was getting older, and he said, "That's it, I'm done. Like, I don't want my memory. Yeah, I don't want my legacy to be me like aging on camera. Like
that's a really good point.
Like Clint Eastwood does,
Oh man. Yeah.
But that's what you got to go out. You got to go out on a high. Let your legacy fly. And unless you're RFK, I mean, his tweet yesterday. Here, let's put that up on the screen. Here he is. I mean, look at this. Look at this team. I mean, they just look great. This looks like America.
Awesome. Yeah.
This just looks like America's back. It's incredible.
We are back, Matt.
He talks about how, and he talks about how he was when he was first in the Oval Office as a young guy, and now he's back by the grace of God. And I mean, it's incredible. Should we hear some of his speech after?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
20 years, I've gotten up every morning on my knees and prayed that God would put me in a position where I can end the childhood chronic disease epidemic in this country. On August 23rd of last year, God sent me President Trump. All right. And he gave me...
That's pretty cool.
That's great. Yeah.
He's now given me, he's kept every promise that he's made to me. He's kept his word in every account and gone way beyond it. I'm so grateful to you, Mr. President. A lot of people told me that I couldn't trust President Trump, that I better get it in writing. And we did a handshake, and everything that he told me he was going to do, he has done.
Right. Boom. Love it. Love to see it. Love to see it. That's so great. That's so great, Josh. And you know what's even better is like, and I can be as partisan as the next guy, root for my team and all that.
Yeah.
But the fact that you have like a Democrat royalty, right? And you've got someone like Trump who's played both sides of the political coin, right? Because he's a developer, a business guy. But you really see the manifestation of what what John F. Kennedy tried to say, which was, or what he did say, which is, we all breathe the same air. We all care for our children's future, and he was talking that on a more global scale with him with us and the Soviets. But when you see the vitriol and everything that's happening in our own country today, and families split apart and people just not talking to each other anymore because of politics and because of Trump and because of Obama or Biden or whatever, like to see these people just say, our main focus is the American people, and with Kennedy, it's our children, and I'm going to put aside all of the other things because that is the thing that I need to focus on. And it's truly, truly wonderful to see. I'm
with you, man. This is more winning. I'm exhausted from the winning. We say that every show.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah. Did we throw this comment up too, just to confirm? Mitch McConnell is an neurodivergent turtle.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they do a statue for him in DC, but it's just a freaking turtle. You know? That'd be funny.
That you walk across when you go across the river.
You got to step on it to get across a pond or something.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Okay. Well, folks, we want to make sure that if you want to help promote the show, you want to help support the show, you want to help support WorldNetDaily, that you head over to the WND News Center. We have a QR code over on this side for that. And you could donate today. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. That means you can make as large a contribution.
Hopefully it's large.
Yes, yeah, very, very large. And then write it off on your taxes. I mean, you guys are probably already in the middle of doing your taxes for last year, and so you're already tallying up whatever you gave WorldNetDaily and giving it to your tax prep guy or gal. But get ready for next year and start donating today. Start donating today. Go to the QR code there or hit the link in the description. Head over and donate to the WND News Center and keep the engines moving for this show, for Elizabeth's show, for WorldNetDaily.com, and all the great content that you see that come to Whistleblower Magazine, all that stuff. I mean, all that stuff is made possible by fantastic, generous donors like you. So thank you so much for being a supporter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Somebody discovered that there's some new decor in the White House. Josh, have you seen this? This is fantastic. So this is the famous mugshot photo, right?
Yes.
And so we've got the story up at WorldNetDaily. So that's the mugshot photo. But check out what is happening just outside one of the doors of the Oval Office. Is this a video we have?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Can you roll it back, Alex?
Yeah, you slightly
there it is.
Look at that. He's got the
it's the New York Post. I didn't notice that part.
It's the New York Post framed.
Oh, that's awesome. In the private entryway to the Oval Office.
That's the hallway. It leads to another area, but then
the secretary,
right
I think. Yeah.
No, I think that's on the other side. The secretary's on the other side of the office.
Is it?
That might be coming from like his private quarters or something like that. I don't know.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And to appreciate it, that's the thing is like this administration, like they're serious about what they're doing, but they're funny too. Like we saw that Valentine. It's hilarious.
They love
it's the way to win now. You got to be funny, man.
Yeah.
You can't be stuffy.
And so what do you think the significance of that is? Is that to remind him, to remind others? What's the significance behind that? I mean, that's a mugshot, right? I mean, that's like
that is the embodiment, I think. When we see that shot, and especially how he has it on the New York Post, or framed from an issue of the New York Post, it's their best shot. Arguably their best shot was shooting. But the best shot officially by the establishment was the trials that they put Trump through. And then as part of that humiliation ritual, they made him get a mugshot. It was completely unnecessary. And they did it. And his response to that was the glaring blank you look that he gave. And I think it's going to be a major milestone in his life. And, we will see in whatever the future there is for, our children are going to look back and hopefully in the uncensored history books, they'll see several iconic images of Trump. And one of them will be that one. The other one will be the fight, fist up.
Yeah.
And so it's awesome, right? Some people would see that as an image of shame, but Trump sees it as, marking a point of what would later become a win, I think.
Yeah, and it's a memento, so to speak, also from the war and the battle. I mean, it's incredible to see, and again, and it also shows the humanity you know, that you have this awareness of what you went through, right? Of course,
Yeah.
because you went through it, but also the awareness to say, like, I want this up so that everybody can see, you know? I mean, I don't know who else passes in that hallway, but if dignitaries come through there and they see, I mean, it's like, it is such a flat, it's everything. I just think it's everything. I mean,
You know, the thing I think the lefties don't get yet about Trump is that this is not the same Trump. This is, by the way, this is kind of a thing that the left embraces. They don't believe that humans change much other than gender. You know, they think of humans as static. So they give you these titles that they think last forever, like you're a bigot or a racist, right? Or you're closed-minded. But a lot of humans are not static, and we change our mind over time. We take different stances. We can be convinced of huge ideas, just like so many voters were convinced this time around that Trump was the solution.
Right.
But they see Trump and they see Elon Musk next to him in the White House, and then you see them concoct these ridiculous narratives. They're pretty sinister, though, because they're trying to play on Trump's ego and competitive side, right? They're always trying to do this. They're trying to say, oh, well, all we got to do is say Elon's king, and it'll drive a wedge between him and Trump. But this is a different Trump. And he let RFK get up there and talk, and you can see that he just goes with it. This is Team Trump now.
Yeah.
And
you can't out Trump.
Yeah,
you know,
you cannot.
Like you said, they think they can like corner him, you know, and go after him. And I think one of the most, like, she's so out of her league, but she just thinks
she's so out of her league.
Caitlin, they were talking about Caitlin Collins, everybody.
Yes.
CNN. She walks around as if she is, you know, Evander Holyfield to Mike Tyson, to Trump's Mike Tyson, you know. But she's not. She's the water boy, you know, and Trump constantly is reminding her of that. Let's watch this clip.
House. Mr. President, you won the White House in part because of high inflation. If your tariffs make prices go up,
we haven't asked you to speak yet, please. Right?
Guys, was that comment of the clip was playing? Can you play it one more time? It was kind of, what did you see?
It was really blotchy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was lagging. Let's play it one more time.
White House in part because of high inflation. If your tariffs make prices go up,
we haven't asked you to speak yet, please.
So Trump's signing the document, right? And he's holding it up like he always does. It's so amazing. He goes 10 out of 10 on the signature. And 10
out of 10. Yeah.
And Caitlin Collins, because she thinks she's such a bigwig at CNN, whatever. This ridiculous network's about to not exist. Just starts asking her question. And usually what happens is we can't normally see this. They look over at the media liaison and then they go, boom. Now you ask questions. Yeah. Because you don't want to interrupt the moment, because that's the moment, that's signing.
The moment. Yeah. And she's like, your inflation, your tariffs are gonna.
So what happened to her? This is what my kids say. They say she got clapped. Okay. That's how they say it. She got clapped, which is like,
she got clapped. Click, clack. Clack? She got clacked?
Clapped. Yeah.
Clapped.
She got clapped.
She got clapped.
But Trump and his, excuse me.
Excuse me. Like, we're in the middle of something here.
We're not asking the questions yet. It's so good. It's so good. And it's really a lot of people forget Caitlin Collins was at Fox before. I don't know how.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she used to be at Fox. That's where she started.
All, to me, it's all the same. The only people that that had, if you're a reporter, you'll take any job anywhere. But if you're if you're a personality like Tucker or Hannity, Glenn Beck, those guys that come and go because they're too close, they're speaking too much truth to power. That's a different story. So yeah, but she, I mean, and I'll never forget her for for the debate. They did that town hall debate.
Gosh. Yeah.
And she said something and he goes, wow, you really are nasty.
That's right. Oh, I forgot. That was such a good clip.
Oh,
man.
I mean, yeah. And great. If that's who's going to be sparring with him for the next 4 years, because Jim Acosta's not there anymore. Like, Jim Acosta was boring. I mean, it was just so bad. This is great because she shut up.
How can anyone like her? She has the perma, look on her face. There's a word for it, but resting something face.
Is that what it is?
But that's a good term for her. She looks like super arrogant and nasty.
Yeah.
And it's good to see her get clapped.
Clickety clapped.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, though, this is now the second time that Trump hasn't been able to understand some of the international press. And I got to be honest, I have no idea what this guy was saying either, Josh. I got to be honest. All right, folks, before we play the clip, before we play it,
try to guess.
Yes, pay attention, listen. Maybe we'll play it twice. I know Trump asks him to repeat himself. Whatever you hear, write in the comments. We want to see it. We'll put it up. All right, go ahead.
Raising anti-India voice, calling about separation, terrorism activities in India. Do you think that should continue here in the US as well?
You're going to have to go louder.
Mr. President, people in India would be welcoming your decision to extradite Tahabur Rana to...
I can't understand a word he's saying.
May I?
Oh my gosh. He says, see, guys, we need to have a chat about polite society, right? By the way, I heard the second time that something about extraditing a terrorist.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrorism. I heard terrorism in the first line. I heard extradite or extra light. Maybe he was ordering an extra light, Corona extra light.
But Trump's just like, I can't understand this guy.
Yeah. And remember, Trump's at that point now where he's just like, I don't need to wait around. Like,
he doesn't care.
We got to move. We got to keep you're stalling. The guy might as well be a stall tactic, Anyway, poor guy. He'll get it. Oh man. Okay, let's do this because the executive orders, right? He's always signing the executive orders.
Yes.
And apparently he just signed an executive order that halts all federal funding for schools which mandate the shot.
So this kind of surprised me because ignorantly I was like, who's still doing that? But apparently it's universities are doing it, certain types of schools.
Absolutely.
You have really to kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, if some states like California mandate you have all of these, you do the whole protocol, and this latest protocol, the big Pfizer one is on or whichever one, it's on the list. And so if you don't have that, you can't get into school. And so he's saying, look, you don't get any federal dollars. Stop mandating these types of things. And I think it just starts with this one. Which I think is great. And again, people are going to say like, well, isn't this his? Like, he's the one that championed this. He talked about it, but he never, ever, ever said that you should be forced to take it. And so I applaud him for this.
And again, this kind of goes back to the idea that people can change their mind about things, and he's clearly done that, which is awesome. It'll be 5 years. This month or next month, depending on how you think of it, but 5 years since, it's Trump at the time was like, okay, there's a travel ban. We're got to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And they were still unwinding all of the insanity around it.
Yeah. A lot of
insanity. At least it's unwinding and it's not, they're not doubling down on it.
Right.
That's great.
Well, we hope not. I mean, they keep throwing these other viruses out there, trying to bait us into some sort of reaction. But we'll go ahead.
Yeah, Matt, I was going to say, finally the fear is subsiding from that moment, but there's new fear right now in DC, and I think people are starting to get scared, and this is all the right people that we want to be scared.
Yeah, well, Miss AOC herself might find herself in some hot water. She may have been caught helping illegals evade Homan.
Yep.
Homan and Noam. That sounds like a bad.
That's a band.
That's a bad, yeah, or some NBC show from the 80s. Yeah, this is, I don't know what that picture was from, but yeah, she's been helping on her Twitter feed or TikToks or whatever, like and in communications, like basically kind of aiding and abetting folks on how to avoid getting scooped up by ICE and Tom Homan. And do we have that clip of Homan talking about that she might? No, where did I see that?
You know what? I did see that. Well, Alex, will you try to find that? I think I remember.
Yeah, because he was asked whether or not she broke the law, and he said, "Well, we should look into it because if you're aiding and abetting, that's bad, and we want to make sure we're following up on all those folks that are aiding and abetting." So we'll keep tabs on that, folks. Don't worry about that. We just want to make sure we get you some top stories here.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Look how quick.
Okay. Look at how fast Alex is. Sheesh. Okay. Let's see here.
This is real time, folks. This is live. This is how it goes.
We're doing it live.
That's right, baby. Dumped. Canceled.
We'll dump out of that video. It looks like she's trying to find it right now. Well, okay, here we go. Tom Homan, classic enforcer.
Yeah.
There's just no audio to it.
Oh, there's no audio?
That's bizarre because he's talking.
Let's see.
Yeah. It happens.
Well, it happens, everybody. There's a clip of Homan saying AOC might be in trouble. And and then did we get the Maxine Waters clip? Yeah. Okay. Let's show that one.
Okay.
Maxine Waters is a little worried, maybe, guys. Okay. So this is the thing. They're going to find stuff on these people. They're going to find corruption. And they're worried now because for the first time in a long time, someone's actually started looking.
Josh, am I crazy, or has Maxine Waters kind of like she's been like out of the picture for 4 years, and now she's all of a sudden everywhere again? Like she was everywhere during Trump's first.
They parade her out, Matt, when they need someone to say things that no one else is dumb enough to say.
Yeah, yeah.
She shows up, and I don't know why, but she's their go-to person to say the unsayable or something maybe some other people are not comfortable saying. You know what I mean?
Huh? What?
Yeah. Huh? Was she trying to talk to that security guard?
Huh? What's your name? Huh?
What's his name? Okay.
All right. Let's watch it.
I think we're going to show the Maxine Waters clip. Oh, yeah. This is a good one.
The people.
It cut out.
We're having some audio issues.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
can we share it from the tweet? We'll try to share it from the tweet, see if that works.
So, folks, once again, WND News Center. It'll help upgrade equipment. It'll help get us. There it is. That's right. We're right now for the next 3 minutes. We are accepting all donations. Will go towards a new graphics card and a soundboard. What do we got?
I think it's just the internet that was doing it. All right. Well, let's see. We're waiting on Alex. You think you can get it? Okay, she's got it. Here we go.
All right.
Oh, it's playing. It's gonna play any minute now. We'll do it live, Matt. I don't think it is. Is it presenting? Yeah. I can try to see if I can pull it up on my X here. Let's go to the next clip, which is ineligible Medicaid and Medicare recipients.
Yeah, this is straight out of DOGE, right? The U.S. government sent $2.7 trillion in Medicare and Medicaid money overseas to people who are not even eligible to receive it. Folks, $2.7 trillion. I said a T. Do you know, like, $1 trillion? The difference between $1 trillion and $2 trillion is not just like 1 and then 2, it's like another trillion. Like, it's astronomical how much money has been sent. This is stolen money. Look at this. Are we going to show the tweet here?
I'm going to show the clip.
Okay.
Here, I'll play it here.
Oh, it's another clip. We got to pray to sweet Jesus for audio.
Let's see if it works.
Earlier, the subcommittee headed by Chairman Marjorie Taylor Greene, her and her staff discovered $2.7 trillion in improper payments to Medicare, Medicaid, overseas, to people who should not have gotten it. Some of this room might have missed that press conference. Can you elaborate on what the president is thinking at this point?
Well, again, that's another example. There's a very long list of the fraud, waste, and abuse that DOGE is identifying on a daily basis. Elon Musk also talked about yesterday about Social Security payments that are going out the door for people who are no longer with us. Unfortunately, I would say that is certainly fraud. There's also a lot of contracts they've identified that, just as a hypothetical example, are $1 million, but only 500,000 went out the door. So where's the rest of that cash? And so that's the thing. Those are the things that DOGE is working on every single day. And I would just remind everybody in this room, this is what President Trump campaigned on doing. He's delivering on a promise that 70.
Yeah. So
that's it. Where you got to return the diamonds. You got to return the diamonds. If you're caught stealing diamonds from this Trump would say this all the time. If you've been caught stealing diamonds from the jewelry store, you got to return the diamonds. I want this 2.7 trillion back. There's a note on our sheet here. That's 8% of our national debt. 8%.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Can you imagine
$1 trillion
reducing your national debt by 8%? Like, how would you even do that? This is a way. Get that money back. Does Maxine have an answer for this?
I think she's definitely siphoning money, but so here's just a fun clip with her.
The people of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't know what all they have on us.
Oh,
okay.
What do we have on Maxine Waters?
It's a fair question. Like, Maxine, what do you mean we don't know what they have on us?
They have everything on me. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like
it's the government.
That might be. I like to think of that, Matt, as like a Freudian slip, right?
Yes,
You should be worried. And this is kind of what's been trending on X too. People have been talking about this, that in Washington, D.C., conservative reporters that are in Washington, D.C. are saying, hey, they're panicked. They're scared. You had to combine everything. And this is, the money that comes in to people like Elizabeth Warren through big pharma.
Yes.
That's going to be exposed by our RFK as the health secretary. The investigations that need to happen are going to happen, hopefully, with Kash Patel at the FBI. And then those investigations are going to lead to indictments by the AG, Pam Bondi. So you can see how the system is going to work here, where they will be, instead of being given cover, like they have corrupt cover, or just told by, the FBI elite leadership will just say, don't look into that. Don't look into that laptop. That's, I think that's it's going to be Russian disinformation.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the reverse. The synergy that's about to happen, that's starting to happen, is going to be full force, and we're just a day away. Does Alex know? Alex was keeping tabs on the hours needed. Kash Patel, is it going to happen today?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
She says she doesn't know.
But
we're hoping. Are we thinking it'll happen today?
That's the last big one. That's the last big one to go through.
Yeah, because Matt, think about what he's gonna find.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, and
he's gonna be like,
and Maxine Waters, like she, that Freudian slip there. I don't know. There's something about here.
What do they have? It's like, what do you have on me?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you ever say that? Other than guilt.
Oh my goodness. Well, that being said,
what's that?
DOGE can.
Sorry, Alex is coming over to the mic.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
He won't be voted on until next week because the Democrats are delaying again.
Man, so
just got 10 feet taller.
Okay.
Yeah. So Matt, I've been wondering this whole process, like who scares the left the most? You know, who are they most afraid of? And this is interesting because Kash Patel will have the strongest investigative powers.
Yes.
And if you think about it, that's where everything has to start, right? It has to start from an investigation. You can't have an indictment without some kind of investigation. So that would make sense.
The opposition to RFK feels more like this is not the path we want to go down. This is gonna mess up with my retirement plan, and all the big businesses are not into this. The opposition to Tulsi Gabbard is like, oh my God, what is she gonna find out? What is she gonna know about all of our global activities and all this stuff? The stuff with Kash Patel is the FBI, huh?
They're going to find out some dirt, man.
Oh, yeah.
And also, Alex just commented just into our inner chat here that this is the quickest pace, though, of confirmations since 2001, which is, that's kind of amazing. I mean, I would want to, like, President Trump has so much political capital right now that I would think that has a lot to do with it, you know?
Well, and part of that goes to the DOGE stuff. I mean, here's this tweet of DOGE that says $33 million right out the door. They're going to terminate the grant that goes to 4, quote, equity assistance centers. One provided professional learning around critical race theory and racial literacy. This is one of their videos and such, and done. That's it. Ending.
So,
$33 million. Identifying and disrupting your whiteness. That's what your tax dollars have been funding.
I would talk to people, Matt, about DEI in the workplace. And a lot of people were like, they were skeptical. And they'd be like, well, how does that benefit the employer? But we know now that it opened them up to cash given from the government in the form of grants that would exactly pay them for doing this. And we should have known better, right? Like nobody really does anything in business, especially without there being a financial benefit. So now we know it was. And the horrible thing is that when we say it came from the government, it came from us. You know, they didn't hire us. Just average American person. And we paid for it.
And I'd also like to put the blame on us and a lot of this audience as well. They may not want to hear this, but this is the truth, is that when Christians remain unengaged in the civic realm, this is how we end up. You know, when Benjamin Franklin famously left the Constitution meetings and such, and he said, we gave you a republic if you can keep it. You know, these were God-fearing people. And we've drifted away from that. We've been told that you can't speak out, that there's some sort of separation between church and state, which is complete nonsense, that when you're among polite company, you don't talk politics or religion. Like, that is all smoke and mirrors. That's the devil talking. You need to be engaged. I highly recommend, and I'm fired up about this because I went to an Eric Metaxas event a couple of nights ago. Yeah, he was here in town, so we went to that, and he was so true. I mean, and we have to blame ourselves for this, for allowing this to get where we are. And so, that's my love letter on this Valentine's Day to all our fellow believers out there. We're glad you're here. We're glad you pay attention, but make sure you stay engaged. And wake up your churches, folks. Wake up your churches. That's my little soapbox for today.
That was great. It was his book is Letter to the American Church, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Highly recommend. And he's also the author of Bonhoeffer. And if you're going to model yourself after anyone, Bonhoeffer is certainly Dietrich Bonhoeffer is certainly a model to do that for, sir, if you're a believer. So very good. Well, let's end out on this note. Elon has some suggestions for how we got, what happens when we get into this mess, right?
Yes.
What does that say? What's his suggestion?
Yeah.
Have
shirt,
you
by the way,
tried
says
turning the government off and on again? Oh, I love it.
This was like an investment call he did. I think I don't know if it's for the Saudis or the Emiratis, but he came on the investment call, Matt, with a shirt that said tech support, and I was like, this guy, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's really great. And this is where is it confirmed that he has autism, or is it Asperger's, or is it two different things? There's something.
Yeah,
he's got
he's
something.
Definitely Asperger's, but
and
he's
I don't know
kind
if
of
it was
alluded to that.
And I don't know if it was caused by any jabs or anything, but whatever he's got, he's using it. He's using it to our benefit. That's for sure.
He is. Yes, with his team of autistic ninjas that come into and now that, oh, by the way, we'll report on this Monday once the story fleshes out. But like, there's word that the DOGE team has walked into the IRS building. I think every American welcomes this.
They're just delivering Valentines. They're just delivering Valentines. That's all. It's Valentine's Day.
We'll have to show this, but like the Office Space meme just really is becoming true.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, if we could play clips on this show, we would be playing a lot of clips from that movie. That's for sure. Oh, very good. Well,
Monday,
folks,
we'll have it up Monday.
Yeah, we'll have it for you on Monday. If you're watching over on YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much for commenting over there. But make sure you have a backup account over on Rumble. Make sure you're following us on X. Yeah, walk us through this here.
Yeah, I mean, we have some comments, mostly just from one person that are commenting from Rumble. But yeah, we want to drive everybody to Rumble. Notice how we had to censor some of the things we said tonight or today. That's because of YouTube and somewhat Facebook, which we think is going to change. Maybe YouTube will as well. But Rumble, solid. They don't censor us, and that's fantastic. And we'd love you to go follow us over there. Click the QR code, or I think actually if you watch on the website, which we'd love you to go to get your news, worldnetdaily.com, wndnews.com, and also our X account, which is dropping all the best tasty articles over there. And we're essentially on every social media channel that you might be interested in. You can look us up there, WorldNet Daily or WND News.
Yeah, I just followed on Friendster. You're in my cloud.
Oh, Friendster.
Yeah. So
that's old, Matt.
It is old school.
And thank you, Calcom. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Calcom. Yes, good old Saint Valentine. It's a great story too. Read up the story on Saint Valentine's. It's not as it's a little morbid, but it's also a great story.
I saw a picture of his skull or something in the Vatican. I was like, that's not what I thought of.
Yeah, it's a great story though. Anyway, all right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in on this Friday. Have a great weekend. Keep on winning, Josh.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, God bless.